That's uptown. It's up in Foley. Yeah.
You said Gulf Shores, I'm thinking Alabama.
Yeah. Well, this is Gulf Shores and Orange Beach.
You said Lambert's, and I'm like, isn't that in Branson? I'm so confused. There's another one? There's more than
There's
one?
3 of them.
Okay.
Sites, sites down there were started.
Great time. Kids grew up and moved away, and it was hard to get people to go.
It's a town, it's in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking Foley, Missouri.
Well, it's bigger than Gulf Shores.
Probably
Yeah.
the age.
A lot of people work in Gulf Shores live in Foley, get away from all the tourism. It's bad.
Last time I've been to Gulf Shores, my 21-year-old was a baby. My 21-year-old was a baby.
Oh,
We were down there for military training.
It's a little Ford Escape.
That was a long time ago.
Like 140,000 miles.
everybody ready? We're ready. They ready in the back? Robert, are they ready in the back?
Yeah.
Is they ready? Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Get up the swing and read it. Good evening and welcome to the March 20th, 2024 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. At this time, I would request that everyone please turn off or mute all electronic devices, including cell phones. Also at this time, I would request that everyone please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Applications for temporary fireworks stands heard during tonight's meeting will be voted on by the Planning and Zoning Commission. The vote on these temporary fireworks stands will be final. Only a recommendation for denial will be heard by the County Council at their Monday, April 8th, 2024 meeting. The following documents are introduced as a matter of record for this evening's public hearing and regular meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Those documents are the Unified Development Ordinance of St. Charles County, including zoning maps, the year 2030 Master Plan for St. Charles County, which includes the year 2030 Future Land Use Plan map, and the Rules of Order and Procedure for the Planning and Zoning Commission as adopted by Resolution 21-01. I see that we have a quorum. Is there a motion to open the meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, sign aye.
Aye.
Okay. A little rundown as to how we run this meeting. I will read an application. We'll ask the staff for their report. Commissioners may or may not have questions for the staff. Then we'll ask the applicant to come forward, present their application, answer any questions that the commissioners may have. Then we will have a public hearing regarding the application. At the close of the public hearing, we'll ask the applicant to come back, answer any questions that may arose during the public hearing, and then we will vote on the application. If you're going to speak, we ask you to fill out one of these cards over here on the table. This way we ensure that we get your name correct in our minutes. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the 2024 fireworks stand regulations. Staff.
These regulations as proposed are really the same as they were for last year. Now, last year, there was some updating that went on, but just to give a really quick background, Section 210-105 of the County Code has regulations for fireworks stands, their operation, the hours, the days they can operate, things like that. These are intended to be supplemental regulations, and to be specific, they incorporate some of the fire code requirements, so they're in a certain respect, they're duplicative of the fire code requirements, standalone fire code requirements. But the nice thing about adopting these fireworks stand regulations is then there's no surprises for the fireworks stand operators. They have in one place, they'll know exactly specifically what they need to do in order to operate during this defined period of, make sure I got it right, June 25th through July 6th, 2024.
Any questions for staff? We'll now open a public hearing regarding the 2024 fireworks stand regulations. Is there anyone here wishing to speak regarding these regulations? Please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate, mainly address,
I forgot to swear you in. We both put our hands up, Arnie. You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings or under the pains and penalties of perjury.
I do.
Now state your name and address for the
Thank you
record.
very much. My name is Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate, mailing address P.O. Box 1535, O'Fallon. And on the regulations, a couple issues just come off the page, and I'd like to see some corrections or amendments or additional conditions. The first one is lighting. The lighting, after visiting some of these facilities over the last couple seasons, some of these fireworks stands rent generators that power floodlights. And these floodlights have been causing a problem on some adjoining neighborhoods. So I want to see something about the candlewick power of these generators that are being rented at these facilities, as it's not to disturb the enjoyment of adjoining property owners. ADA is a big deal to me, and under, let's see here, under a condition, it would be page 3 of 5, under 4G. It says restroom, each fireworks stand must provide a portable restroom if there are not restrooms available on the site. And I would ask that that be made an ADA accessible restroom. Those can be rented just the same as a portable or mobile Johnny on the spot. And so I want to change that condition to ADA accessible. I also would like to see that the county establish some sort of hotline for violations for residents to call in, especially on the off hours in the evenings and on weekends. I don't know if that can be either ascertained through the county police department, county police dispatcher, or the code enforcement with some type of tip line or out of hours between 5 and when the stands close, I believe at 10 or 11 p.m. When it comes to the fabric, tents must, this is on page 1 of 5, condition use permit substantial requirements. Number 1, A, fabric tents must be fire retardant, treated or classified as non-combustible. I'd like to see some more enforcement of that. I've seen in the past where tents are going up and they're renting it from rental type companies. And I've asked if they're combustible or fire retardant, and I was told that they weren't in the past, and that was a few of them from last year. Under that same condition use permit substantial requirements, number 2, the following land use permit fee shall be for stands up to 1,000 feet, $2,000. I'd like to increase that to $5,000. We have a lot of staff time, a lot of staff requirements, and a lot of inspections tied up in it, and we want to make sure that we're recouping not only our costs, but the fireworks community is paying their fair share to our community. And then stands 1,000 square feet and above, I feel that the $4,000 fee should be raised to $6,000. And that's with section 405.515 OSCCMO. On the setback requirements, again, after visiting some of these facilities, they're located real close to R1 residential subdivisions, and I want to make sure that those setback requirements are being adhered to. Some of them say 10 feet, some say 20 feet. I think if we're going to join a residential R1 zone, then it should be a minimum of 50 feet. That's pretty common sense to make sure that we don't have any fires or we don't lose any property during the fireworks or 4th of July season. Going to page 2 of 5 on C, I'm sorry here, let's see here. It would be both 2C and 2F, where it talks about aisles having a minimum width of 48 inches, shall be permitted to substitute for the flame break requirement in the NFPA section. I'd also like this to be ADA accessible. If you have somebody who visits these facilities with a wheelchair, that they be accessible and maneuverable. And I'm not sure exactly what that would be in terms of the spacing between the aisles, but I want to make sure that we're compliant with ADA in terms of moving within the facility, and that it's on a ground flat surface. On the same page, under access and parking requirements, A, there's a minimum of 5 off-street parking spaces, one of which designated as accessible. After visiting a lot of these fireworks stands last year, a lot of them did not have any signage, whether temporary or one of the ones that you see with a handicap sign with the white background and blue lettering was not put up. And so I want to make sure that that's part of the inspection process and that our inspectors are ensuring that that's being complied with. Let's see here. When it comes to page 4 of 5, where we're talking about the building permit application submittal requirements, for number 2, the following fees have been established: temporary structure building permit, $60, commercial electrical permit, $80. I would like to rescind those fees because I think we're already recouping the fees back in the page 1 of 5 under 1.2 under the condition use permit substantial requirements. And I believe, I would hope they're also paying their fair share of the sales tax on all revenues that are sold for fireworks. And then finally, I wanted to address under section 210.105 of the OSCOMO, sale of fireworks restrictions on commercial operations, be page 5 of 5, line number 3. Currently, it's written employment of persons under the age of 16, and then it says persons under the age of 16 shall not be employed at any location selling fireworks unless supervised at all times by at least one person over the age of 21. And I'd like us to change that to only employing people 21 years of age or older. First of all, I think we're talking about chemicals. I don't think we should introduce young teenagers to a chemical type situation, bringing in those fumes and those chemicals. I think it's wrong for a teen who's developing their body, and they shouldn't be exposed to those chemicals. And I think that it's only cognizant and ethical to make sure that people of 21 years of age or older who are adults are dealing and selling in the sales of fireworks. And so I'm totally opposed to allowing the employment of persons under the age of 16 years of age at these facilities. It just doesn't make sense for the type of industry, the type of chemicals, and the type of the hazards that we're talking about. And I think we have a moral responsibility to ensure the health, welfare, and safety of our children, of our community. And so I'd ask that you rescind and don't allow anyone under the age of 21 to be employed or to be in the business of selling fireworks. And those are my comments, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak regarding the 2024 fireworks stand regulations? Anyone? Seeing no one, we will close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission for consideration.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the 2024 firework regulations as proposed by staff. All in favor, sign aye.
Aye.
Regulations pass. Okay. Next item on the agenda is conditional use permit, FWK 24-01. The location is 3120 West Clay Street. The property owner is TGL Properties LLC. The applicant is Bad Boys Fireworks, Jay Davidson. The proposed use is temporary fireworks stand through June 25th through July 6th of 2024. The zoning is C2 General Commercial District. The location is on the northeast corner of the intersection of West Clay and Campus Drive. This is located in Council District 6. Staff.
This location has been approved for fireworks stands for a number of years now. Essentially, it's in, if you know where the movie theater is, it's in the parking lot on the northwest corner of Campus Drive and West Clay Street. So it's within the parking lot, but it would meet the setback requirements from property lines. Other than what's in your written staff report, I don't have anything to add. One thing I should mention real quickly is the drawings that are in packets for fireworks stands, because of their temporary nature and the way the ordinance is written, they don't have to turn in a traditional concept plan that meets all of our concept plan requirements for other CUPs. So because of that, the way the ordinance is written and the temporary nature of it, the drawing that's within your packets are a lot more simplistic. So I just wanted to mention that because you'll see a difference between these concept plans or plot plans, we'll call them, and the other CUPs.
Any questions for staff? Hearing none, we'll ask the applicant to come forward. Seeing the applicant is not here, we will open the public hearing for FWK 24-01. Anyone here wishing to speak?
Let's see here.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings, or the pains and penalties of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Thank you very much. Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate, mailing address P.O. Box 1535 in O'Fallon. A couple items that I'd like for this. This is an existing or an every year use. I'd like a condition to be added to this application. The first condition is that an ADA accessible restroom be available to the public. I think it's only common sense that we accommodate all people of all disabilities and situations. And so if somebody with a wheelchair or somebody with a handicap who enjoys the use of fireworks shows up to the facility, they're not going to be able to use the restroom facilities. And that's a problem, and I think that the county has a obligation to comply with federal, state, and local regulations concerning Americans with Disabilities Act, known as ADA. The second issue with the fireworks regulations, I don't see where there's requirements that they submit some type of bonding or some type of insurance in case that there's some type of accident or some type of hazardous spill or hazardous waste cleanup, some type of fire, and I think that they should be obligated to post some type of insurance liability. I'm sure if they're in business, a lot of these fireworks stands make the majority of their money during this few-week period to support them and their family for the entire year. And so I would hope that they would be required to purchase some type of liability insurance. And if they can't provide liability or some type of insurance certificate, that they put up some type of bond with the county to ensure, number one, that they're doing the business properly. Number two, if there's any hazardous cleanups. Number three, if there's any issues with not restoring the property to its original condition when they open up their stand as per the county code. For those reasons, I'm not taking a stance on the fireworks stand, either for or against, but I would appreciate you adding these few simple conditions to ensure the health, safety, and welfare of our entire county and all of its 433,000 county residents. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak regarding FWK 24-01? Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing. Bring this back to the commission for consideration. Any questions, comments? Chair will entertain a motion to approve FWK 24-01, which is a conditional use permit temporary fireworks stand located at 3120 West Clay Street. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Shell made the second. Ms. Moore, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Bamer's not here. Mr. Fromm?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Let's see, where am I at here? Mr. Cornwell?
Yes.
Ms. Kirchner?
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next on the agenda is conditional use permit FWK 24-01. The location is 910 O'Brien Road. Property owner is Wesley C. Godar. The applicant is American Fireworks Stand, Wesley C. Godar, Proposed use is a temporary fireworks stand through June 25th through July 6th of 2024. Zoning district is C2, General Commercial District. The location is on the east side of Old Bryan Road, 620 feet north of the Veterans Memorial Parkway, adjacent to the city of O'Fallon. This is located in Council District 4. Staff.
I do
Thanks.
have a comment.
Yeah.
You said it was application number FWK 24-01.
Oh, I did.
Actually, 02.
It's 02. So this is FWK 24-02. Staff.
Generally speaking, the location is, it borders the I-70 and the off-ramp from I-70 to Bryan Road. So Old Bryan Road extends north and south, and so that parcel has some, I'll call it a legacy zoning. It's zoned commercial, even though it's not on the main roadway, but it's been zoned commercial for decades and decades, and it's unincorporated, obviously. About a decade ago, for this property, there was a variance granted by the Board of Zoning Adjustment to allow a reduced setback for a fireworks stand in this location, so it could be closer to the off-ramp to I-70, with the thought that along that frontage, there's never going to be anything developed or built there. So the fireworks stand location, although it looks like it's closer to the side yard property line, or I'm sorry, to the what's technically a front yard property line, although it looks like it's closer than it should be, it's actually in compliance with that variance that was granted by the Board of Zoning Adjustment years ago. The other thing I would note is across the street there is apartment complex, and on this same property now there is a single-family home, but it's, as I understand it, it's on the same property, so it's owned by the same property owner. But it is, it meets the setback requirements that are in the fireworks stand regulations in terms of its location on the property. I don't know if it's occupied or not. You know, the applicant could explain that to you. But fireworks stands have been approved at this site for a number of years. I don't recall any complaints that we received for this operation.
Any questions for staff? Hearing none, I'll ask the applicant to come forward. Okay, so the applicant's not here. We will open the public hearing for FWK 22-02. Anyone wishing to speak? You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings or in the pains and penalties of perjury?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. My name is Arnie C. A.C. Dienoff, County Public Advocate. Mailing address, P.O. Box 1535 in O'Fallon. And Mr. Chairman, I'd like my previous comments for the conditions to be made a matter of this public record for this application, but I'd like to add a few more conditions, if that's okay with you.
Yep, previous comments be part of the record for this application.
First of all, this is a prime example of what I was talking about too close, and Mr. Myers had spoke about the conditions and the variance granted by the Board of Zoning Appeals. This is really close to R1 homes in unincorporated county and close to R4 in the city of O'Fallon, which is a high density of apartments. And there's not much of a setback. It's real close. Some of those balconies are pretty close to the tent or the location of the tent on this vacant ground that fronts I-70 on the southbound side. This is a prime example of one that we need to get rid of or move someplace else because of its proximity and closeness to residential dwellings, especially the apartment complexes. I mean, one of those apartments goes, you know, you're looking at an entire building, and you're looking at people's livelihoods, people's families, children, and those type of things, and I don't want to see that in our county or our community. For those reasons, I will not be supporting this Bryan Road location, and I'm opposed to granting this conditional use permit for this fireworks stand. Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
Chairman.
Anyone else wishing to speak regarding FWK 24-02? Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing, bringing this back to the commission for consideration. Is there any questions, comments? Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion to approve FWK 2024-02, a temporary fireworks stand located at 910 O'Brien Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Shell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Fromm made the second. Ms. Barr, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Cornwell?
Yes.
Ms. Kirchner?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Fromm?
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
Yes.
I vote yes. Let me get back to the, okay, now we're down to, next item on the agenda is conditional use permit FWK 24-03 located at 58 West Highway N. Property owner is Stanley and Beth Carter. Applicant is Bad Boys Fireworks, Jay Davidson. The proposed use is a temporary fireworks stand from June 25th through July 6th of 2024. The zoning district is C2 General Commercial District. Location, 58 West Highway N, on the south side of Highway N, 350 feet west of Barron Lane, near the city of Wentzville. This is located in Council District 2. Staff.
This location is just, it's on Highway N. It takes frontage from Highway N. It's just west of Highway Z. And again, it's a repeat site. There's been fireworks stands that have been approved here before. One year, we actually had 2 fireworks stands, I think, on the same property. But this, once again, we just have one on this property, and it's, will be located basically in the northwest corner, closer to Highway N, between the building and Highway N. And I don't have any other comments other than what's in the staff report, written staff report.
Any questions? For the record, I know personally the property owners, but have no financial interest in this piece of property or any other of their ventures. We will ask the applicant to come forward. Not seeing the applicant here, we'll open the public hearing for FWK 24-03. Anyone here wishing to speak?
Mr. Chairman, without swearing me in, could I just ask my comments previously be added to the meeting minutes?
Yep. Mr. Denoff's comments in FWK 24-01 will be made part of the record for FWK 24-03. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing, bring this back to the commission. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion to approve FWK 24-03, a temporary fireworks stand located at 58 West Highway N. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Cornwell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Kirschner made the second. Mr. Fromm, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
Yes.
Ms. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Cornwell?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
Ms. Kirschner?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next on the agenda is application FWK 24-05, located at 21 East Highway N. The property owner is the Baker Family Company 2 LLC. Applicant is Merrimack Specialty Company. The purpose is a temporary fireworks stand from June 25th through July 6th of 2024. The zoning district is C2 General Commercial District. The location is on the northeast corner of the intersection of Highway N and Highway Z near the city of Wentzville. This is located in Council District 2. Staff.
Again, this is located, takes access from Highway N, but this time east of Highway Z. The convenience store that's there right on the corner, the northeast corner, this fireworks stand would be located on that property, but back behind the convenience store, so to speak, next door to the water tower, and then also there's a cell tower next to the water tower, and those would be the closest structures. So there's not really any residences very close by. And again, we have not received reports of violations for this property to my knowledge, and I don't have anything to add other than what's in the staff report.
Any questions for staff? Hearing none, we'll ask the applicant to come forward. Do you solemnly swear or affirmatively tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings or the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Tom Dixon, P.O. Box 305, Arnold, Missouri.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for the applicant? Seeing none, thank you, sir. We'll now open the public hearing for FWK 24-05. Anyone wishing to speak?
Mr. Chairman, Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate, without swearing me in, if you could please add my comments previously to this application.
Okay, Mr. Dinoff's comments in FWK 24-01 would be made part of the record for FWK 24-05. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, bring this back to the commission for consideration. Is there any questions, comments? Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion to approve FWK 24-05, a temporary fireworks stand located at 21 East Highway Inn. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Oh, let's see. And we'll give Mr. Cornwell a second. Mr. Baker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Kirchner?
Yes.
Ms. Barr?
Yes.
Mr. Cornwell?
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
Yes.
Mr. Fromm?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item on the agenda is FWK 24-06. This is a conditional use permit for a temporary fireworks stand located at 2301 Upper Bottom Road. The property owner is Taco Upper Bottom Road LLLP. I think there's an extra L in there. Applicant is Merrimack Specialty Company. The proposed use is a temporary fireworks stand from June 25th through July 6, 2024. The zoning district is C2, General Commercial District. The location is at the northwest corner of Upper Bottom Road and Missouri Route 364. This is located in Council District 7. Staff.
Again, we've had fireworks stands at this location multiple years. It's on a gravel surface lot that takes access through the driveway for the convenience store. There are homes behind it, but it's separated from a decent, a good distance. And also there's a separation of a vegetative buffer that's mature. I believe it has visibility though from Highway 364, but we have not received any complaints to my knowledge for this fireworks stand in past years.
Any questions for staff? Hearing none, we'll ask the applicant to come forward. You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings from the pains and penalties of perjury.
I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Tom Dixon, P.O. Box 305, Arnold, Missouri.
Anyone have any questions for the applicant? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll now open the public hearing for FWK 24-06. Anyone wishing to speak? You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings from the pains and penalties of perjury.
I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. My name is Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate, mailing address P.O. Box 1535, in O'Fallon. On this one, again, I feel that the regulations and the setback requirements are not being met. I do see the trees in the buffer, but I believe that it's really close to Foxtail Drive and those approximately 6 to 8 homes, especially in the court. And then there's another, I believe it's called Country Something, would be just south of there, that I believe some of the homes will be impacted. A couple issues are the setback requirements, and the second issue is the lighting. I want to make sure that they're not using atrocious aluminums or those generators with the floodlights that would be going into the back windows of the people, especially on Foxtail Drive. Because it's a proximity of Foxtail Drive or Foxtail Court in the adjoining subdivision, I'll be opposing this year, this application. I don't think this is the place for a fireworks stand so close to a residential neighborhood. We need to protect the health, welfare, and safety of our residents. They come first over big business, and so I'll be opposed to this application. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing no one, we'll close the public hearing for FWK 24-06 and bring this back to the commission for consideration. Is there any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion to approve application 24-06, which is a conditional use permit for a temporary fireworks stand located at 2301 Upper Bottom Road. Is there a motion? Janet?
Motion.
Okay, motion. Is there a second?
Second.
It's about time, Jeanette. Motion's been made and seconded to approve FWK 24-06. Ms. Barr, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Cornwell?
Yes.
Mr. Fromm?
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
Yes.
Ms. Kirchner?
Yes.
Mr. Baker?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item on our agenda is FWK 24-07, which is a conditional use permit for a temporary fireworks stand located at 3707 Veterans Memorial Parkway. The property owner is Clement Management Services LLC. The applicant is Merrimack Specialty Company. The purpose is a temporary fireworks stand from June 25th through July 6th of 2024. The zoning district is C2 General Commercial District. This is located at the southeast corner of Arco Drive and Veterans Memorial Parkway. This is located in Council District 5. Staff.
The site is clear, has crushed stone on it. You may remember it as the old Bromps mobile home sales site. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but it's the best I can do. There's been multiple fireworks stands approved here in years before. Now, last year, I did receive one complaint. I wasn't sure if it was a valid complaint or not, but I passed it along to the property owner. They said that they've looked into it and they've dealt with it. And other than that, I don't have any comments.
Any questions for staff? Seeing none, we'll ask the applicants to come forward. You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings or in the pains and penalties of perjury.
I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Tom Dixon, P.O. Box 305, Arnold, Missouri.
Okay, any questions for the applicant? Were you aware of the complaint last year?
I was made aware on I think it was May 9th, Mr. Myers forwarded an email to me. It was regarding, somebody said that there were fireworks were being shot on that property. So it was 10 months after the previous July 4th, so it was difficult to really investigate it fully. But I can say that all of our managers in the county are school teachers, so we have responsible people that are in charge. At nighttime, we have overnight security, and those people are off-duty police officers. So we don't really know exactly what happened. It's a large lot, it's very
Yeah.
deep. One of the comments was that they were very loud, powerful, illegal types of fireworks that were being used. We don't sell anything that's not approved by the state or the county. So, but we have contracts with our managers and very clear that they're not allowed to shoot any fireworks, anybody that works there. So we've made it clear to everybody every year that that's not allowed. The state requires signage on all four sides of each retail outlet that you can't shoot fireworks within 300 feet.
Right.
So that's what we found out and what we, like I said, we investigated, but it was difficult to go back 10 months and track down the people that were there to find out exactly what happened, but, so that's.
Yeah, that piece of property is what, about at least 2 to 3 football fields deep.
Right, yeah, the report was that it was like the people after hours shooting off very powerful fireworks, but it didn't have to deal with their operations necessarily. It was a report that, I guess it was someone was on the, who knows who it was? I don't know if it was, or if it took place.
We don't know if it was a
but-
customer or
Yeah.
somebody that
They didn't want all that trash in their yard. They was going to get up there on the gravel.
But again, we do have responsible people there, and most of our overnight people are off-duty police officers, and so, but I had not heard of that until Mr. Meyer
Okay.
sent me the email.
Thank you, sir. Any additional questions for the applicant?
I'm curious, was the complaint that this happened in May, 10 months later, or did they just wait 10 months to make the complaint that it happened the previous July?
I don't remember, honestly. It's been so long. I think the person who called said they were coming up for the following year, and they said that something that happened the previous year. And, that was months beforehand, one. Two, you know, it wasn't about the operation of the fireworks stand, it was about like shooting off fireworks after hours, which may or may not have been even the people involved with the fireworks stand. So I just passed it along to the person who operated the fireworks stand, let them know. And
Yeah, it'd be a great place to shoot off fireworks. Big open area.
Sure.
So,
We don't take those things lightly, and we
Yeah.
check them out as thoroughly as we can. And again, we have good, responsible people there, so it was difficult. It was the previous July 4th that this supposedly happened, and it was last May, so it was about 10 months after it happened, so.
Okay.
But we
Thank-
make sure that everyone understands that that's not permitted.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll now open the public hearing, excuse me, for FWK 24-07. Anyone wishing to speak? You solemnly swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in these proceedings from the pains and penalties of perjury.
Yes, I do.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Thank you very much, members of the commission. My name is Arnie C. A.C. Dinoff, County Public Advocate, mailing address P.O. Box 1535 in O'Fallon. I'm not taking a stance either for or against. However, I want to go on the record on this application. First of all, I'd like to make my comments from the previous, with the fireworks standards, a matter of this public hearing. Is that okay with you, Mr. Chairman?
So Mr. Denoff's comments on FWK 24-01 will now be made part of the record for FWK 24-07.
My safety concerns for this actual application are, if you look at the map and the adjoining properties, it appears that there's 4 residential homes on Clearview Drive, which is to the side of to the east of this property, and there's several homes on Fairview Drive that are occupied. There's a lot of vehicles in this neighborhood, a lot of sales of vehicles that are there permanently of the adjoining properties, to include autos, semis that are being stored, tractor trailers that appear to be stored on several of these lots that are adjoining the application address for this application. My concern is safety. If there is a fire or if there's fireworks that are shot off, there could be possibly a huge spread of a lot of issues, a lot of concerns of hazardous materials with semis, tractor trailers, and motor vehicles. But I'm not taking a stance on this application. I'm just making a matter public that I have some concerns of public safety. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak regarding FWK 24-07? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and bring this back to the commission for consideration. Is there any questions, comments? Robert, do you have anything? You good?
I don't.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion to approve application FWK 24-07, a temporary fireworks stand from June 25th through July 6th of 2024, located at 3707 Veterans Memorial Parkway. Is there a motion?
So moved?
Ms. Barr made the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Baker, come on. You have
It's your
it.
turn.
It's your turn.
To second it?
Make a second.
Well, normally council doesn't second.
Second. That's what I was told, yeah.
Motion is made and seconded to approve application FWK 24-07. Mr. Baker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Cornwell?
Yes.
Mr. Fromm?
Yes.
Ms. Barr?
Yes.
Where am I at? Ms. Kirchner?
Yes.
Mr. Shell?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay. That concludes all of our new business. We have continued items, conditional use permit at 2440 South, Highway 94, CUP 23-22 is continued. Zoning map amendment request at 24 Main Street, RZ 23-05 is continued, along with a conditional use permit for 24 Main Street, CUP 23-04 is continued. And that leads us to our next is the approval of the minutes for the January 17th, 2024 meeting.
So moved.
Anybody have any additions, deletions, or corrections to the January 17th, 2024 minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion? Motion's been made, is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the January 17th, 2024 meeting minutes. All in favor, sign aye. Aye. All right, the minutes are approved. Planning and zoning division updates.
Real quickly, St. Charles County has mailed out more than 940 letters to homeowners in designated flood zones, letting them know that we're now underway with our program to offer potential flood buyouts for homeowners that were affected by the 2019 flood. And we have sufficient funds to purchase 75, possibly as many as 100 homes. So you see, obviously, we don't have nearly enough money to buy out necessarily every home, but this is a totally voluntary program. Both sides, both St. Charles County and the homeowner would have to agree to the purchase. And we are asking, those 940 letters is called a letter of interest. So we're asking people who receive such a letter, if they do want to participate, they go online, or they call the phone number, or they mail in their survey to the address, and we'll take it from there. Now, there's one other thing of note is there is planning money as part of this grant from HUD in order to buy out the homes. And the planning grant, one thing that can be used for is how do we manage the properties that the county will be owning? Because all these properties, the county will buy those homes, it will demolish the structures, and then that will be open space in perpetuity. The county over the years has already bought out about 1,200 homes, so this would add to those numbers. And it is what is the best use for those properties for open space? How do we manage these properties? How do we maintain these properties? One idea might be to have these properties go back to wildlife habitat. That's one idea, but there could be others as well. And I mention this because it's possible we could have a planning process at some point where we're trying to understand people's interest in future management of the properties owned by the county in the floodplain.
How is the new master plan process?
We received 5 submittals, all really excellent submittals from consultants and contractors, all of them qualified. And now we have, we've done our scoring. We've been in touch with several of the respondents, and we're moving forward with making a offer to accept a proposal from one of those. I guess the bottom line is we think that within the next month or so, we'll be able to have a contract on the county council's agenda for the review. So again, it'll be a master plan process followed by the Unified Development Ordinance update, and that's what we're planning.
Any other questions for Robert? Okay. Young man, are you here for scouting?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? You came on a night when we didn't have a lot of other activity.
You're so lucky.
You have any questions?
No, I do not.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You working on your eagle?
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
Any other business to be considered? Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, sign aye. Aye. We're adjourned.